freshly showered hair. Wonderful. Hi guys. So, it's already winter, and although this is not my first time experiencing winter, I still go through the same stages whenever winter comes. So, I see winter as this very big cold bitch. She is a diva and she has her own soundtrack. I mean, I haven't lived here long enough to make the connections that very, very cold little snowflake ice thingies will come down from the sky. When I first experienced it, I thought, oh, it's just a very cold, very wet autumn. So it's just very windy, like some bitch just went hysterical, and it's very wet. And I don't like to be caught in it. Next would be winter. She just couldn't decide whether to torture the rest of us with snow or rain. And that's when I learned the term snow rain. It's very annoying because you just have to always prepare your weather forecast app. You have to check, is it going to be get really cold or just a little bit of cold because the sun is shining very, very brightly. I thought of investing in a pair of Wellington boots, the kind that people used to wear in a wet fish market. I mean, I think Wellingtons, they're a little bit more glamorous here. They call it rain boots, but I call it the Pachukang boots. If anybody from Singapore and Malaysia, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's not so cute. They don't have yellow boots here, so yeah. It's annoying that you have to read the weather forecast every single morning before you leave for work or school, just to figure out what wardrobe are you going to wear. And it's also annoying because in this part where I live in, it's relatively colder, so I have to gear up, so to speak. And then when I get to Zurich, it's not as cold, it's just wet. And then I have to carry around heavy jacket. And the thing with the University of Zurich, it's very old. And from what I heard, you can't really do much with the university architectural and design wise because it's a very protected public place. Okay, it gets very stuffy sometimes, and the struggle is real. The struggle between very stuffy and sweating but still stay warm, or having to open the windows and deal with this gush of wind just doing that to your face. It's like little tiny needles just, I don't know. This is how I feel. And then after that stage of winter comes, the very cute stage of winter then arrive. The little specks of snowflake, and the kind that will slowly, softly descend, and it will be magical. Sometimes it will have the wind swirling. I don't know. It looks like a real life snow globe. Like we shake it up, and then the snow just. Yeah, it's very beautiful, and you just wanna play around with it, And some people have the tradition of building a snowman with fresh snow. I don't know why, but it seems fun. I did it last year. It was quite funny, but yeah, it's pretty cute. And then, as temperatures drop even lower, it gets more depressing. I don't want to get out of bed in the morning. I don't want to travel and commute. I get hungrier. I keep running to the toilet to pee. Over here, although it's very cold, at least there's very fluffy ice to justify the temperature. Oh, it's so pretty. It's a blanket of whiteness. But when you get to Zurich, there's not really much snow going around. It's like just slushy and wet, and you get very angry. Like, why am I out of the house? Why am I here? The cold temperature is not justified. There's no pretty snow to justify the cold temperature. It's just puddles of wetness and slush. Well, that's the difference between city life and rural area, I guess. Yeah, and then after that, it gets really frost biting, kind of cold. And then, you know how this is the start of train delays, and nobody can appreciate that. I was myself stuck in a train delay in one of the major interchanges in the east side of Switzerland. I was stuck for almost an hour. I was like so happy. Oh, I can meet my friend. I'll be there like half an hour earlier. La di da, I can read my text. Yay! And then she ended up like waiting an hour for me. It's horrible, I'm telling you, these train delays. And the train delay during that day, it was terrible because there was no backup plan. There was a faulty line or there was an accident. I don't know. I tried to Google, check out the news. Yeah, nobody can tell me anything. And 1 minute we were told to transfer from this train to this train. Ah, cool. 2 minutes later, the lights went off, and then they say that this is the end of the journey. What? Okay, so we went out, and then we consult the train app, when is the next train that is available to take all of us to Zurich. Okay, then we go down, you have to go down the subway, the passageway, and then you go up again, and then, there are like volumes of people like sheep, just walking, just trying to find warmth and seats and a train to actually bring them there. Because, it's not walking distance, from where we were. All settled. Not even 2 minutes. Same thing happened. Lights off. This train stops here. The journey from this train terminates at this station, and we have to go out again. And there were no further instructions. And I'm telling you, there were so many people who had to catch a plane at the Zurich airport. It's horrible. It's so horrible. And then when we finally go on the train, 55 minutes later, and then we passed by the particular train station that was giving everyone hell at that area. There were so many police trucks and fireman trucks. I mean, we still didn't know what happened, but yeah, I didn't see any dead bodies there. So yeah, that's the morbid part when it comes to early morning rush. And I don't know why it always happens during cold season. People just feel like dying in front of the train. I know, morbid, and it just had to be in the morning. I know, I feel very bad, like, oh, why do you have to die? It's so inconvenient. But makes me question how they got to that stage. I mean, when you have your own self-reflection, like, why you thought of it like that. But yeah, I mean, I wish I knew these people, and I wish I could talk to them and ask what happened. Yeah, anyway, yep, that's just derailing off topic. Sorry. Well, yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with winter. When you're inside, winter looks very pretty on the outside. But when you're outside, when you're not equipped with gloves and proper boots or a nice jacket, especially when you're skinny like me, it's tough. It's tough. First world problems. Yeah. I mean, if I am feeling cold, I don't know how the homeless people and the asylum seekers are experiencing right now. Because the first time I came to Switzerland during winter, my first winter, so many homeless people in Eastern Europe died, and it was horrible. My first winter, it had to be one of the harshest winter in the past decade. Yay me! Okay, so I see you guys around.